Hi guys, after finishing chapter 1 of blackmyth Wukong, I found the ending to be quite intriguing, though some parts may be a bit hard to grasp, especially for players unfamiliar with Chinese culture and familiar with Journey to the West. That's why I made this video to share my interpretation of the ending animation and the story from Chinese players' perspective. Also, please note that any religious content in this video is purely based on the background story within Journey to the West and blackmyth Wukong, and does not refer to any actual religious belief. First, the beginning of the animation is quite straightforward. The young monk encounters the Black Wind King, but instead of getting harmed, he is rewarded with treasure. The developer emphasized the monk's transformation from innocence to greed, which can be seen as a typical character arc. However, there is an interesting question here. Why would a monk who has already renounced worldly desires like wealth and beauty be so obsessed with one kasaya? The answer lies in the fact that kasaya represents more than just wealth. It's a symbol of the monk's status and level of spiritual cultivation. For example, it's just like your ranking in League of Legends. Hope that helps you understand that. The next part of animation depicts the story of the burning of Guanyin Temple from Journey to West, but the conversation between the Black Bear and Guanyin at the end can be quite confusing. The English translation makes me feel really weird and I don't get it, so I will explain it based on the original Chinese dialogue. In the Chinese version, the dialogue suggests that the Black Bear, which is Black Wind King, asks, "Monk's lust for everything in the world has already been exhausted, but why still cling to a mere piece of clothing, which is the kasaya?" Guanyin's response is, "If we don't wear that piece of clothing, how will the world know that we have already abandoned worldly desires?" Connecting this back to the idea that kasaya symbolizes the monk's status and spiritual progress, it reveals a contradiction. Kasaya represents monks' lust for learning Buddhist teachings, but those teachings actually demand the abandonment of lust. It's like you need work experience to get a job, but you can only gain experience when you have a job. Considering the slight chuckle from Guanyin before speaking,
和偏偏放不下一件衣裳。
若不披上这件，
which in the English version oddly sounded more like a cold scarf, and I don't know why. And taking into account Guanyin's unique background, this line could be interpreted as a subtle critique of the Buddhist order within Journey to the West world. In modern Chinese communities, Guanyin is often thought of as a former Taoist deity who later joined Buddhism. During the boss fight, the Black Wind King also says that Guanyin herself or himself has unresolved lust and hasn't fully achieved enlightenment. From my own understanding, Chapter 1 subtly hints that Guanyin is implying that the Elder Jinchi's inability to let go of his lust isn't just a personal flaw, isn't just himself's fault. It reflects a deeper issue within the Buddhist order itself in Journey to the West. I know this might come across a little bit of conspiracy theory, but this interpretation actually reflects perspective that's quite common in the Chinese community when it comes to the background of Journey to the West. Alright, that's it for today's video. I will continue release more detailed analysis of blackmyth Wukong in the future, helping players from different cultural backgrounds better understand the game's story. If you are interested, please consider subscribing me. And if there is any other plot you are confused about or would like me to uncover, feel free to leave a comment below. See you next time.